Kia ora tātou. Good morning, everyone, and good morning to those today who are also watching on Sky Sport. It gives me great pleasure to announce the first All Blacks squad for 2016 for the 3 Steinlager Series tests against Wales. The team is Beauden Barrett, Taranaki; Sam Cane, Bay of Plenty; Dane Coles, Wellington; Wyatt Crockett, Canterbury; Ryan Crotty, Canterbury; Aaron Cruden, Manawatu; Israel Dagg, Hawke's Bay; Elliot Dixon, Southland; Charlie Faumuina, Auckland; Malachi Fekitoa, Auckland; Owen Franks, Canterbury; Nathan Harris, Bay of Plenty; Jerome Kaino, Auckland; Tawera Kurbalo, Waikato; Damien McKenzie, Waikato; Joe Moody, Canterbury; Waisaki Naholo, Taranaki; Charlie Ngatai, Taranaki; Kieran Reid, captain, Canterbury; Brodie Retallick, Hawke's Bay; Luke Romano, Canterbury; Adi Savia, Wellington; Julian Savia, Wellington; Aaron Smith, Manawatu; Ben Smith, Otago; Lima Sopoanga, Southland; Liam Squire, Tasman; Seta Tamanivalu, Taranaki; Cody Taylor, Canterbury; Patrick Tuipulutu, Auckland; Ofa Tuangafasi, Auckland; Samuel Whitelock, Canterbury. There are also 2 injury replacement players selected. They are Otago lock Tom Franklin and Wellington halfback TJ Perenara. Congratulations to all those selected for this exciting Steinlager Test Series, and especially the new caps. And to all the fans, I hope you enjoy the season. I'll pass you over to Steve Hansen and the team. Thank you.
Thanks, Brent. Firstly, on behalf of the selectors, we'd like to congratulate all the players that have been selected, particularly the new guys and those guys that are returning back from injury. A really special moment for those guys and their families, and really exciting times for them. There's been a lot of interest, I guess, in the selection of this team with what's gone on just in the recent past of the Rugby World Cup and many of our more experienced players retiring. We're really confident and excited about the mixture we've got. There's some real talent there, and we've still maintained a lot of experience. A lot of teams and various people around the world probably believe that we're a little bit vulnerable, and to that I can assure you that that's not our mindset. Our mindset is not one of rebuilding, but re-establishing, moving to a higher level. That's our challenge, is taking this team to a higher level than where we left off at that Rugby World Cup. So we've put a full stop in 2015. It's a new start from a point of view that we must go to a higher level and we must move to that level, and we're looking forward to that challenge. The guys are extremely enthused and excited about where we can take this team. So, open for questions. Oh, that's good.
Steve, can you just talk on the selection of Damien McKenzie, who's been a former player in Super Rugby, obviously, and is a guy you've had your eye on for a while?
Yeah, well, clearly you've just about answered the question in the question. He's been in form. He's exciting. He's still got a lot of things in his game that he needs to grow and work on, and you'd expect that for a young guy. So it's an opportunity for us to not only look at the now but also the future in his selection, and slowly but surely we get a month to work with him, and over that time slowly and surely we'll see him grow, and the experience of just being in here I think will help him grow as well. So looking forward to working with him.
Steve, Liam Squire, what are your thoughts on
Yeah, well, he's really impressed us. Before he had a bit of a break there with injury, he was really in outstanding form physically, imposing himself, and his tackling was very dominant. He's got an X factor when it comes to ball carrying for a forward. He's extremely quick and a high work rate. He's in a forward pack that doesn't get dominated too often. In fact, probably hardly all year. So he's a hard worker, and we see him again as something going forward that can add to our group.
So you've got him in the squad to learn, or what role do you see him playing against Wales?
Oh, everyone in the squad's there to learn, including myself. Like you never stop learning. So we're not the finished article. That's why we're determined to challenge ourselves to get to another level, and if we can do that, then we're asking other people to do that. So Liam will be in that boat. We'll be challenging him to improve his game, and to do that, he has to be open-minded and flexible in his thinking to learn, and I'm sure he will be.
Steve, you've spoken of the want for a hybrid player in your squad.
A what,
Have you-
sorry?
A hybrid player, someone who can cover that lock 6, maybe an 8. Liam Squire, Tui Pelotu, are those options? Or do you still crave that player?
Dixon's probably a guy that can do that. He plays lock from time to time for the Highlanders. He plays 7. The other 2 guys you've mentioned both can probably play loose forward, Patrick, if we needed him to, and I think Squires could come on and play 8, and Rito could go to lock. So Rito probably don't want to hear that, but if we use that combination, that's probably what would happen.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Andrew.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Elliot Dixon, what's he done this year to push through to this next level compared to, say, last year?
Not a lot more than what he did last year, but he's continued that consistency over a period of time has really shown us that he can play, a good standard of rugby that entitles him to be in this selection group, and he's a big part of what the Highlanders are all about. He's very, very physical. He asks a lot of questions of the opposition, so now's the time to see if he can do that at international level.
And getting your hands on Seta, is that quite exciting? I know you had him in last year, but now officially?
Oh, it's always good getting your hands on good players. We are excited about working with him. Midfield is obviously the thing that everyone's been talking about with Conrad and Mar leaving and Sonny not being available. We've got a young group in that midfield, and we've got to get a combination going pretty quickly, and we need people to be owning their position and being talkers. So with Seta, he's probably not a big talker, so we need to. It's a big focus for him, but he is a talent.
Morning, Steve. Can you talk us about the reselection of Israel Dagg?
He was pretty much a no-brainer, really. He's been an outstanding All Black in the past. He had a season last year where it was really affected by injury and just run out of time to prove to us that he was ready to go to the World Cup. But he's come back and, like a lot of guys who get a decent off-season, he's come back and played extremely well. He looks really sharp. He's always been good under the high ball. He's continuing to do that. His defence, I think, has improved from where it was. So he's really enjoying his rugby. I think he realises after that little break that, it's. I wouldn't say he took it for granted, but I'd say that there's a newfound enthusiasm because of that break, and we're expecting him to come back in and really lift his game to another level as well here.
Ian, can you just talk us through the decision to select 2 halfbacks and when you expect Tawera Kubalo to be fit?
Tawera's he's trending really well with that injury, so I would say, we'll obviously get him in this week and have a look at him and get a final decision on when he's right. The reason we bought a replacement in is that we don't really expect him to be right for the first test, but that's we'll assess that. Why 2? Tawera, I think when you look at the last 2 years, he's had to fight back from injuries, and every time he's done that, he's done it extremely well, and within a short time period he's
sort of established himself as the number 2-9 in our minds. So whilst he's had a couple of dings, we've been tracking him. We know he's a great trainer, he's got a great attitude, and we're confident he'll come back in. So both him and Aaron do exactly what we want. They're quick to rucks, clear the ball really, really easily, and so we sort of drew a line and said, well, the squad fits too, and clearly it's a chance for TJ to come in as well as a replacement, and to show that he can still make those gains in those areas that we really need him to.
Mark? Yeah, hey gentlemen, just wanted to know from you guys, was it easier selecting last year's squad or this year's squad knowing that you didn't have these senior players anymore in there? Was it easier to select like a squad? You have a new exciting thing to go by?
Oh, look, I think every All Black team has got its moments where it's difficult to select it. Like you could probably pick the first 25 every year pretty easy. Then it's a matter of sitting down and saying, well, what do we need in the remaining 7 guys for the group? And Foz has just touched on one of those conversations. Do we need 2 halfbacks or 3? We're not travelling anywhere, so we're New Zealand bound for these 3 test matches. So getting a replacement's reasonably easy, so to speak. And the guy that would be coming in late is TJ. Well, in fact, he's already here because of the injury. But if we didn't have that injury, you could call him in on a Friday, and he understands the systems, and so therefore the risk and the reward of having him or not having him is easier, to allow us to select someone else in another position. So those wee conundrums are the stuff that you go through and end up with what you end up with. At the end of over those last 5 selections, and the people in the public, they'll have their opinion as well, which is great. It's one of the reasons why New Zealand rugby is so good. Everyone's keen on it, and they'll say, oh, they should have 3 halfbacks, and then there'll be someone saying, oh no, it's great, we've only got 2. So when we sit here, it's about those finer details when it comes down to the last few.
Foxy, we better give you a question.
Yeah.
I was quite happy, actually.
I know you've had your eye on Damien McKenzie, for a while now. Can you just talk about what you've seen from him this year, and I guess what his challenges are now that you guys have got your hands on him, and what you want to do with him?
And he's a young, talented athlete. I think we can all see that, and he makes things happen. When he's got his hands on the ball or he's around the ball, he's a threat. So he's exciting, and he's very explosive for a little guy. Got good acceleration. He's good on his feet. He's brave. That little thing that sits under here, he doesn't lack. He's got courage in the air. He's got a lot to learn. There's still, I'm not going to download the areas we think he needs to work on here, but he's going to bring a natural skill set anyway, and there are some things that this group here will help him with to grow his game. But it's, he was one of these guys. I think it was pretty obvious. It's not if he's going to be an All Black, it's when. Well, he's in pretty early, and we've got an eye to the future with him.
Guys, I'll have one more question from Lynn, and then we'll break, and the selectors are here for further interviews.
Steve, what's the appeal about Offa Tu'ungafasi?
We can play both sides, and there's not a lot of people that can do that. So if you didn't have him, you'd have to carry 6 props, which again affects the rest of the squad. He's got size, he's got physicality, he's mobile, and his scrummaging, particularly on the tight head side, is pretty good. And we think working with Chrono on a regular basis, that'll only get better. So yeah, he's a good athlete, and again, excited about having the opportunity to work with him because of that.